Dojo, which by the way, we just rebranded from Dojo to Do, like spelled like dough, like dough, like pizza dough, because we're on a pizza tour in New York. And we're going to talk about that in today's episode. We have so much to recap. We went around New York City with some of the coolest people in the world to try the best pizzerias in New York for 2 days straight. I went with this man right here that's on camera. We're going to talk all about that, do a quick recap, all the things Ordinals, all the things we sponsored, and all of that. We are also going to talk about just the basics of ninjas. There is a incoming pizza ninja surge, because I don't know if you know this, but we went from a couple hundred listings a couple months ago down to like 70 right now, maybe even less than that as I'm
69,
speaking.
bro, for the culture.
69.
That was I saw.
69 for the culture. So absolutely, what a time to be a ninja. I mean, it's been so cool to watch. It's like a mass delisting event basically, and purchasing. There's a lot of volume. We're actually in the top, almost a top 10 volume in the 24 hours, which might sound like, why is it not the top 24? We're the only 1.5K total collection that's anywhere close to the mark that we're at. I went and looked down. You don't even get to another 1.5K collection until you get to slot 25. We're creeping in on the top 10 right now. So there's been a ton of volume for just a 1.5 thousand collection. And I do want to talk about this. I do have to shout this out. I'm sorry, I am having a little technical difficulties. I think I'm kind of maybe a little choppy, but my voice should still be clear. So I got to get this out to you. We are starting the Runes Survival Guide, the Rune Survival course, open to all ninjas starting tonight. It's going to be an hour after we end this live stream in the Discord. If you have a ninja, hop in there. We're going to give a quick overview of that before we kind of dive into this NFT NYC journey. Before I do that, Chris, how are you feeling? How are you recovering? How was get me started on NFT NYC, but I do want to give one more shout out to this Rune Survival Guide before we really dive in.
No, I'm feeling good, dude. We'll dive into it. I just championed through the week, man, and got back and been home for a couple days and feel great. So can't complain.
Dude, me too. It's like one of the first events I've been to where I didn't come back sick. Talked with you a little bit about it beforehand. I definitely think that I drank like my vitamins, my super greens, like all those fun things. I definitely think that played into it. I did try to stay hydrated. So I think all those things definitely helped. But I am good as well. I guess ninjas just know how to roll like that, you know? So this is the Rune Survival Guide. Runes Camp kickoff tonight, holders only in the Discord. We're also going to be posting some stuff on Twitter. Basically, like, you got to run a Bitcoin node. You need to install runes. You need to practice etching and minting. You need to know all the command line functions. You need to watch the mempool, RBF, CPF, all that fancy language that I'm still learning myself as we're going on this runes journey together. So basically, to sum that all up, like, why do you need to do all this stuff to like get involved with runes? Basically, there's going to be apps that might or might not work when runes goes live. So in order to be able to know how to run your own node and do these things, there is no dependence on a third party. I would compare it on Ethereum. If you come from Ethereum, minting from contract versus minting from a website. If you're trying to mint from the website and the website goes live and it's a super hyped up mint, website could crash. Maybe the website rugs. There could be so many things that could happen with a website. Whereas if you mint from contract, you know who you're up against. You know how to have the edge. Essentially the same thing on Bitcoin that we're going to see here is these third-party apps could work. Maybe they don't work. This is to give you that 1% better chance, probably more than that statistically, of having the edge against everybody else in the upcoming 10 days. So that's really what the ninjas are going to be focused on. That's why there's a longer introduction in this video. Also giving Chris a break because I know he's whooped from NFT NYC as I am myself, but we are back in it at full action. Chris, I know you've been super busy today. You've been seeing those ninjas though, bro.
Yeah, well, a lot of people have been asking about it too. And I don't know. Honestly, I feel like we're at the very beginning. We have so much content from New York. I know people are excited. I know that it's a very good looking graph we got for the ninjas. And so people are going to be talking about it because of that, because everyone loves when number go up. But then we're going to have a bunch of dope content waiting for them while we have that attention. So, bro, couldn't be better.
Yeah, man. I guess it kind of goes back to that quote of what is it? Like when preparation and luck meet or something. I just butchered that. But like basically when those two things meet, you've been preparing for a while. That's how I feel like we are. Like You know, a lot of people might get volume and not really know what to do with it, but we do, man. We're so ready. We have this runes camp coming. We have events coming up. We have some alpha that we shared IRL that I'm not even sure if I'm, going to say yet on the show. We have so many. We have gamification of some other things coming. It's been wild. By the way, I forgot to say this is live on Twitter or X now, and this is also live on YouTube. Feel free to jump in the chat. We already got a couple people in the chat. I do want to go ahead and highlight them. We got Franz. It does have it looks like the runestone little emoji, not emoji, but like the symbol. It's kind of hard to see because it's small for me. I have a Mac laptop and I don't use its wiped 500 gigabyte hard drive. What's next to start up my BTC node? So the node course is starting in an hour after we are finishing this. And I'm not just saying that to like withhold anything. I'm also saying that as I'm your mid-curve guy. I'm hoping to be the example of like, if I can do this, then you can do this. So I'm intentionally like withholding going through a lot of this process until we go through the step-by-step so that, again, if I understand it, everyone should understand it. So definitely not gonna like go through that entire thing on here. Plus, nobody would know. I don't know who would want to watch us set up a Bitcoin node here, Chris.
Probably not.
We got Brian, big supporter. Luck is when preparation meets opportunity. That's basically exactly what I butchered. That's what I was going for. That's a lot better than the way that I said it. So we got Sijan saying, good morning. GM Chris and Chris, will BRC20s become obsolete after runes? No, I don't think so. One of my favorite examples of the is from Trevor, actually, on the BRC20 versus runes. He compared BRC20s as a lightning cable and runes as a USB-C cable. And basically, runes being a bit more universal than BRC20s, but BRC20s still having their niche of things that it interacts with, that use it, that have built on it, that are going to continue to do so. That example, I'm sure, has some types of kinks in it, but that's the way that I understand it, and that's the way I like to explain it to people. We got Santipaws. I'm pretty sure Santipaws does have a ninja that I saw. Probably, I think even what's it called? Even one of the Kevins, maybe. I'm pretty sure I saw that. Dude, I saw so many ninja tweets today. Like, I know, like, obviously I'm super involved in ninjas, but I've seen more today than ever. I've literally been like watching, interacting, sharing from my profile or another ninja related post all day. I feel like I'm gonna see ninjas in my sleep tonight.
Yeah.
Like since my eyes woke up, which has been really cool.
I even got comments on the phone as I was
hey,
like, there we go.
I got my shirt too. Got my shirt, Pizza Ninja shirt. Cashflow Kid, longtime friend, GM Cashflow Kid. We haven't even taken a look. I also want to look. We're gonna end this live towards the back side of it. I do want to look at the beta that just released. I'm gonna give you guys a live preview of what we're getting in beta. Now, one thing to note about beta is like the UI is not fully there yet. There's gonna be a lot more functionality, a lot more tools. This is like, they almost called it alpha, but like it's the beta. So like this is the very beginning of what you're gonna see, but it's still really cool, still really helpful. I'm gonna show that on live. So that's going to be exciting. I do, again, want to go ahead and just look at the ninjas on Magic Eden, just bumping it up here, man. So we have a 0.13 basically floor price now. Sales going crazy. One thing I've noticed about ninjas, despite the floor price, I always see people just buying what they want. Like, typically it's like when I see sales coming through, some of them are like buying off the floor, but a lot of them are just like, you can tell that people just found one that they vibed with and they bought it. So I think that's always cool. Also seeing a lot of people like convert back to PFPs. This is a clean female on the floor, man. I actually do like our female PFPs, even though Belle told me I couldn't have an opinion on it.
You don't get to have an opinion on it.
Yeah. I guess I guess I was trying to mansplain what I like about female PFPs, but awesome. I can have a little bias here, and I do like ours. Thought about buying my wife one, but she's not like super into Ordinals, Yeah. So I wouldn't want her to like not use it.
I feel bad. I told some of the homies like, nah, don't worry about it. Like, it's kind of too late to get on the pizza bus anyway. But I wouldn't worry about it. And then boom, just hockey stick. Whoops, guys.
Boom,
Sorry.
bro. Boom. I know. It's steady then all at once is a good way to explain it. I really like this one. This is a pizza palindrome. I'm not trying to like promote a certain one. Like, obviously none of mine are listed, but I like those spirit ones. And this one is like the dual sat. There's only a couple of those in the collection of the pizza palindromes. That's really cool. But yeah, man, I mean, volume's been good. As I was saying earlier during the introduction, if you go to Magic Eden, you go to probably like top 25, and you look at this volume on the 1-day chart. We are at number 11. Now, the cool thing about this is that, again, we're only a 1,500 piece collection. It's really small, so I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but 66 listed out of 1,500. That's nuts, dude. We literally went from like 400, close to 400 listed, like maybe like not long after our mint. We got it down to like 300, then we got it down to 200, then we kind of went from like 150 to like 66, like after the pizza tour, after like all the recent stuff. So really cool to see. But if you look at all of these, like a majority of these are like massive collections, like 10K collections, 8K, 3K, whatever. There's a couple of them in there that are a little smaller, but they might just like have like one huge sale or something like that. So yeah, we're vibing on Magic Eden, so that's really cool to see. But with all that being said, I do want to just take a look. I had it pulled up. I'm probably going to have to like re-pull it up at some of the New York highlights. So obviously Chris recorded content while we're in New York, but we're not even going to get to that in this video because we haven't pieced together all of that. We did interviews with some like amazing people, with Matt. I always say his name wrong. NFT Now, Matt Medved, PO, and Scott from Scott's Pizza Tour. Lots of big ones in there. Me and Ken ran some. What'd you think about the whole like pizza tour experience?
Oh, so good. Like, oh, by the way, hi, I'm doxing everybody. Normally I have a stupid mask on.
Oh yeah,
yeah. A lot of the people that met me there, including Ken, shout out to Ken. That's what I wanted to say. Shout out to my boy Ken, because watching him and you banter back and forth at the first one, it was like the most lengthy, the first stop that we had. But then by stop number 2, you guys were falling into this rhythm, and then Matt showed up, and then by stop number 3, you guys were just on fire. By stop number 4, I was like, I am so sad Ken's leaving, because that chemistry, that on-screen chemistry was just, it was hilarious. But we, everywhere we went, just beautiful shots, like beautiful restaurants. Like I had a nice pretty lens on, and like everything just looked and sounded great. So I'm super excited for everybody to watch those videos. They're gonna be great.
they're going to be dope, dude. And a lot of people got their own content. We're going to look at some of it in this video. Then we're going to look at the beta, and we got a couple more things to look at. But dude, this pizza tour is not a one-off thing. It's something that we plan on continuing, making it a thing. If you missed the pizza tour this year, you have a Ninja, I would highly recommend like making it a point to come to our next pizza tour event.
I do think there was a one-of-one moment though, and that's what you're about to pull up. Because if you missed this, I don't think you're gonna see anything like this again.
There's just so many fun stories around this. So one of them is that somebody fell asleep in the middle of an intersection. That's not the funny part. Like, they're okay, everybody's okay. It stopped traffic. So Troy Kalak, big into Ordinals. He's also an actor. He acts in Barry. I didn't know this until I got home, Chris, but he also acts in The Chosen, which like I guess he doesn't mention because it's like a religious show. But like I like live in the South, and like everybody knows The Chosen.
Do you know Daryl Eves?
What's that?
Do you know who Daryl Eves is?
I don't.
So I have a book right behind me called The YouTube Formula. If you're a big YouTube buff, like I know you're on your YouTube climb, Daryl Eves is the guy behind The Chosen, and he is like one of the #1 people. He's partners with Mr. Beast and holds Vid Summit every year. So look into Daryl.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea. That's so cool.
Yeah,
it's one of the most well-produced religious films that I've ever seen, and I had no idea Troy acted in it. And I was like, yo, that's cool. And so anyways, he was on our pizza tour, and this dude decides to get out and start directing traffic in New York City. And like literally to the point to where like they woke up the guy. The guy was a standard New Yorker, threatened to kill him for waking him up. That was fun. And yeah, we ended up getting us through. And then the bus passed him up because we had a NASCAR driver for a bus driver. And Troy did what did they say he was? A Tom Cruise run in order to catch up with the bus. It was the coolest
And then
thing.
he got a standing ovation. He comes on. I recorded that where everyone claps him up, and my guy loved it.
Dude, he ate that up. It was so much fun watching that. Well, even Butoshi said insanely bullish for Ordinals. Butoshi was there too. Got an interview with Butoshi, of course, over Pizza Tour. NFC Now posting it out. Never seen Trevor that happy in his life. Like, if you don't know Trevor, Trevor's a pure stoic, man. So, like, this is like the biggest smile you might ever see out of Trevor is right here. Like, that needs to be like framed for somebody, is, you know, because Trevor's like stone cold, serious, working, just like crushing it, you know. So that's like equivalent to me, like on cloud 9 right there. So that must have been his favorite pizza. But
that was mine. That was my favorite.
This is mine too. This is the first stop that we did. This was the Star Pizza with ricotta stuffed crust, Alfredo, curled pepperoni, spinach, crushed tomatoes. I'm getting hungry literally just like thinking about it. Then we had like our little journals. But yeah, I'm not going to spend the entire time just on these pizzas. I actually recorded this video. This was actually kind of cool. This was
check this out. Here's how strong
this was, like the dough, how strong it was. So they like flipped it and it like stood up. And yeah, that's just like crazy like that. And this is Troy being Troy right here. Same guy we are just talking about. Freaking amazing human being. Wendy posted a really good post. She posted it in Spanish. I wish she would have posted an English version of it. But maybe that's just me being particular. She had like several shots from like our interviews, the bus tour itself. The bus was actually like really nice. That's them. Oh, dude, that pizza was so good.
What was the driver's name?
That was the last one. What was it?
What was the bus driver's name? I keep forgetting.
Whatever NASCAR driving name.
NASCAR driving bus man, dude. Crazy.
Yeah. Whatever NASCAR driving bus dude that you can think of, that was his name. But 10 out of 10, man, I would 100% recommend trying to go in the future. But again, I won't spend the whole time on recapping. Just know that it was a wonderful time. And I mean, it reflected, here we are right now. I was actually going to Trevor's, Twitter, because another thing you might notice is a lot of people getting their SSDs ready. I actually went to Best Buy today and got mine ready. He had a picture of like several that you can get. So I'll just kind of sprinkle some alpha, some teasers throughout the show. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're doing a Runes camp. It's kicking off tonight. It's going to be an hour after we conclude this show, which is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern time. Is that correct? Yeah, 7. It'll start at 7 p.m. Eastern time. And I'm on Central. Chris is on West Coast. So we got to really do some conversions here. I was trying to get to Trevor's original. He had like a picture of him with like 3 hard drives or 3 SSDs, basically for like running Bitcoin Core. Oh, this is cool. We got to show this. This is a good recap. This was just like how the bus looks, right? Yeah, this like accurately portrays the bus. You see how like aggressive the heads are moving. Like, I think my neck still has a little bit of whiplash from that. It's me and Belle. She's one of our holders. She also helps with NFT Now. She has her ninja on her shoe. Dude, how sick is that? I need one of those like bad in her name. So that's Billy. Billy's been on our Bitcoin Ordinals banter show many times. Huge builder in the space, big ninja supporter. That's everybody's favorite pizza. That's my favorite pizza. We just had to start. That one was really good too.
Yeah.
But back to the alpha. Yeah, here we go. So Trevor bought 3 SSDs, bought a Samsung, bought this one, whatever the heck this is, and then this one was for Mac. I guess he just wanted to try all the different SSDs out to kind of see like which worked the best. But we do got some people in chat. Jelani said, wish you could have made the pizza tour. I wish you could have as well. Yo, you guys love your Pizza Ninja gaming and weird Ordinal stuff. Keep it vibing. Cheers from France. Cheers from France. Maybe we could do a tour in France. I think that would be really cool. Probably really good food. So let's keep that in mind for the future. Might be coming to I know not quite France, but we might be going out of the country more soon than some might think. And it would be a good time to use UTC time for everyone across the globe. Yeah, that's true. UTC time would probably work best. Yeah, so I guess I kind of teased it. We'll definitely be at Ordinals Asia. We're going to be one of the sponsors. That's already announced. And the other one was announced in person. I just don't know like how strongly I need to talk about it. I'll go ahead and leak some right here, but should I, Chris? I don't know.
I wouldn't be mad. That it's like it's perks for showing up. You get the alpha.
Yeah, perks for showing up. You get the alpha. It was announced in person, so it's not like I'm the only one. But we are co-hosting a conference in Lisbon. So not just sponsoring, like your pizza ninjas are co-hosting the conference. This same conference at ETH Lisbon pulled in 4,000 people last year just for the Ethereum side. So let's see how many we can get to show for the Ordinals to let people know that like Ordinals are here to stay. Really excited about that. Never been to that part of the world before. Excited to like, show them what we're made of, show them what we got, get some of the best speakers in the space, best educators, best people just to vibe, record, video producers, everything. So get ready for that. If you're anywhere around the area, it's going to be at the end of May. So there's some alpha for you that I didn't even plan on dropping before. But I mean, again, it was said out loud. So things are said out loud. I feel like it's kind of fair game, right?
Yeah, I think so. I think we're fine. I think enough people. And here's the thing. It's a problem if no one's heard of it because there were so many people. We had 2 busloads of people that heard this alpha already. And so, I'm hoping that the grapevine's got some alpha.
I am trying to see like which alpha kind of like made it out and which didn't, which they're trying to like hoard for themselves. But I'll definitely be dropping it, on these live streams. This is what we do. These are our streams for the ninjas community or just general ordinal enjoyers. We obviously love ninjas around here, so we're going to be talking a lot about them and really all things Bitcoin ordinals. So I guess to like run it back, what we're really trying to do with this runes thing is in 10 days ish is the halvening, and on that and during the halvening event, during the first block of the halvening, that's when like the runes protocol will be in full force. So we're preparing ourselves and we're preparing our holders to have the best advantage when that goes live. And in order to do that, it's more than just like a run a Bitcoin node. And I kind of talked about that at the beginning of the server. So it's like we want our ninjas to be most prepared for what's about to happen because we believe it's a good opportunity. So that's what I'm doing. I made my best buy trip today. Got my SSD and I am ready to roll and rock and learn. So definitely out of my comfort zone. Have you ever ran like a node before, Chris, or anything like that?
Oh, dude, I bailed last second on everything when like the early days, people are like, yeah, you just set up your PC and you just, you got to do all this stuff so that you can inscribe. There was no wallets. There was no anything yet. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And then a friend of mine went to go for it and she didn't do something right, burned a whole day, commented, yeah, I wasted a whole day. I didn't do it right. Turns out I should have clicked a different button. And I was like, oh, I can't afford a whole day. And I bitched out. So, whoops, that was a swing and a miss for me. Actually, that wasn't even a swing. I just watched. I got struck out standing there.
It's easy to do, man, to get like overwhelmed or see somebody else get overwhelmed and think, wow, is it really worth it? Because I'm also taking a risk. But I mean, if it's anything like Ordinals was, or anything that BRC20s was, and that's kind of like, there's already people like pre-building on it. So, and it's by Casey himself. Like there's enough data to show that there's going to be a ton of opportunity. Like at any point, in the war, like there could be like, this random black swan event, but like, let's just say like everything like carries per use, like it has been like the last year. It's like, we saw what BRC20s did and we see that there's tons of people preparing and building. So it's like, there's going to be opportunity, and some of that opportunity will come from existing collections. And some of that opportunity will come from you just literally being early and being ready. And so we'll see how that goes. Speaking of those early collections, I got to point this out. I'm going to pull this up one more time. Let's go ahead and share the screen again. So Magic Eden, I don't know if you saw, this is really cool. So shout out to Magic Eden. We went to their party, that yacht party. It was pretty cool. Chris, I know you recorded it. They've been, they adopted Bitcoin ordinals early. They were originally just Solana. They recently added ETH and Polygon, but they just added a tab, man. So they also added rare sats. It's been a while since they've had this, but if you go one more over, they also added this pre-runes tab. And pre-runes basically is all the collections that have some type of runes, like promise of runes. So like runes don't exist right now. So there's no, it's not like these things have runes. More so like these are like promising runes. I'm familiar with some of them. Like Runestone, obviously, Rune Pups, obviously, Arsic. Like some of these, Dogfather actually, I can search that right now. We talked about this when he was on. I'm not gonna like sit here and like harp on it, but he did a really good write up. Hopefully, it's still pinned. Oh, he did another one like on the runes ecosystem, but he did a specific write up. Yeah, dude, this is like really nice. So these are like pre-runes tokens. These are launch mint pads. These are marketplace indexes. These are data tooling and DeFi. Check us out right there. We're under the Ninja Alerts right here under the data tooling and DeFi because we will be a tool as well. We're a software company, and I don't think people like always realize that like we do software as well. But he did a write up specifically comparing and contrasting Runestone with dude, I'm sitting here showing you all this stuff and I forgot Chris, you gotta like slap me across the computer and let me know that you can't see what I'm looking at.
You're on the wrong tab. My bad.
Yeah, wrong tab. So this is the runes ecosystem that I was just showing. So yeah, there's all the pre-runes, a lot of those that we just looked at, launchment pads, marketplace indexes. Back to Magic Eden. So I was talking about RSIC. RSIC's kind of like you've been mining RSIC, and then once it's kind of like I would consider more of a deflation style because you're already extracting the value out of it. But they're still holding up great. And the Runestone's kind of the opposite. I think Runestone, the closer it gets to the mark, the more FOMO people are going to feel. And that's kind of what you've seen too. I mean, we went from like 0.04 to 0.08, quickly with 108 Bitcoin volume and some like massive sweeps. So anyways, this whole like pre-rune tab is everything that has to do with runes. I'm in some of them. I'm in GameStone. I'm in Runestone Guardians, Game of Blocks, a couple of other of these. But yeah, these are also things that you can just kind of keep on your radar if you want some exposure. That doesn't necessarily mean throw a dart and you're gonna like make it, but do your own due diligence and see how that works out. Are you involved with any of these, Chris?
I think the only one so I miss out on all free money things on the internet, but I think Game of Blocks is the only one that found its way in my wallet.
Did you? Yeah. We were on last time we were on, which is 2 weeks ago. I think Dogfather kind of really broke down Game of Blocks to us. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I just didn't have time, man, to do any of the like things. So if it's not one of those like set it and forget it things, that's why I kind of like these Runestone Guardians, like the Runestone Guardians, making sure that tab switched over. They're actually going up a little bit, almost 0.01 again. But like it's very much like, to my knowledge, you go right here and you can see like this having boost at 0. I guess that's because it's a floor. But basically it shows you the like mine showed the number that it would produce. It's been so long since I've looked at it. Yeah, so we'll go to these at like, I think I actually have like a decent one. Like I purposely swept one that like made sense. So like this having boost is like 3 million or something like that. So like you can kind of calculate like how much you'll get after the halving. But again, kind of set it and forget it kind of thing. There's a couple of those. I would consider Runestone that way. Also, apparently, dude, I've been so busy, I like missed out on this. But apparently Leonidas is dropping a dog token, and it's going to be airdropped to those who have Runestones. Don't like run out and buy one just because I said that. Like go like, obviously look into it. Let's see. Here's Jake talking about it. Runestone has possibly become the massive onboarding mechanism to any runes project. Maybe dropping meme coins, but I wouldn't be surprised to see smart teams allocate percentage of their utility focused runes to 77K holders, which is so true, man. Like you immediately get a 77K distribution. Like that's insane. Many will dump the airdrop after capturing 1% of the community, gives you access to close 1K user active out the gate. So I don't know, pretty cool. Like the things that can be built out here.
Not FOMOing, not at all.
Not FOMOing. We'll see. Hey, we got Joey Vowels in here. Joey was at the Nulstra Shows event, and they also had their own event with Colony. Chris, we were signed up for that, but it was like the night that I think we had our team meeting.
We got a fancy, big, giant piece of meat. It was a man situation. I don't know.
Sorry, Joey. We wanted to go, but that like Tomahawk Steak was calling us, and we were trying to plan for the future. That was our last night there. What's the deal with Ordinal Sigma X? Why are they under pre-runes? I actually heard about those last night. I don't know, though. I wouldn't be qualified to answer that question. I know that there's one of them that's not even showing on here that I had. Oh yeah, the rune totem, dude. I got burned on this thing. Sorry. Basically so for the runes totems, you can like send it to a burn address and it's supposed to like send you back the runes or like basically show your allocation on like one of the sites. And I burnt mine and it just never did anything. And so I just like lost that, lost the asset. It was worth like a couple $100 too. Oh, sweet. Joey said check. Look, I just got some alpha just from being up here. Joey said check Discord for the Rune Guardian so you can see how many runes you get. Yeah, I need to do that. I have 2 Runes Guardians, so I definitely need to do that. And one of them I intentionally, so I had a Runes Guardian that like didn't, let me stop this. I'll talk about Rune Guardians a little bit, and then let's look at the Ninja Alerts beta. If you have a pass, you can access the beta. Actually, if you have a prophecy, which is like $50 or cheaper than that, you can you'll be able to access the early access like soon. So we'll kind of give you a look at that in just a minute. So the Runes Guardians, I got airdropped. I don't even remember, but I sold one. I think I got airdropped 2 or something like that. I sold one because it like didn't have a good boost or whatever, and I just swapped it out for a floor, or I swapped it out for one that did have a good boost, and I've held both ever since. So Joey, so I pasted a picture showing you how to do. Awesome, thank you, Joey. I'm gonna check that out afterwards, just in case I don't do anything wrong while I'm live and look like a dummy.
Bro.
Have you ever done that, Chris? Like try to do something live and then you just get stressed out about it because you're like, oh shoot, people are watching.
One time I was putting a very expensive full carbon fiber Nissan GTR back together, and I was lifting up a bumper. I used to live stream automotive stuff, and I scratched the absolute hell out of the car.
Oh man, what do you have to did like you have like insurance to cover it for the person? Or
the beautiful thing is it has super thick clear coat on that carbon. And so I immediately hit up the owner after the stream was over. I almost threw up. I mean, like I was like, and no one knew that it happened but me. But I hit the dude up and he's like, it'll buff out. No big deal.
Oh man, that's
rough, guys.
If you guys don't know, Chris has this whole other life, like where he was what's that?
It's a past life.
It's like his past life, yeah, where he has over 100K on YouTube of doing car stuff. Did I explain that well? Car
stuff, now it's little pictures of ninjas.
Now it's JPEG stuff.
There you go.
Very like overpriced JPEG stuff.
There you go. That works.
E-liquid JPEG. That was the word I was looking for. I love it, man. I love this whole entire space and talking about it with people that aren't familiar with it, because it's just like, hey man, I like my JPEG. Like my Ninja's been vibing right now. Like my Ninja's worth like $9,000. Like, am I concerned about it? No. Not at all. Like, why would I be concerned about it? Are you concerned about your $9,000 car? You should be, because that's a depreciating asset. That's
not what I've never done. I've never jumped on a bus and drove around New York City and eaten at a bunch of amazing restaurants and had good times and pictures and selfies and this, that, and the other, and then gone to all these all you can eat, all you can drink parties like day after day after. I've never done that with car guys. Absolutely not a thing.
Exactly, man. It's so good. Joey said he sees the Everything token behind me. That's a book that's written by Steve. I don't remember his last name, but he
NFT Bark,
yeah. Yeah, he wrote the book. I read a little bit of it. I still haven't finished it yet, but yeah, it's awesome. I also got like a Pudgy up there. Got V Friends. I'm a collector. I have a ton of physical assets. Like I got my V Friends still packaged beside me. I got my Pudgy Penguin up there. I was rocking the Tenaj. This is not a JPEG shoes. The entire NFT NYC. I don't know if anybody noticed that. I have another pair of Puma shoes that also came from the NFT. So nice. I have a ton of stuff, man. And
some of going to do my unboxing of Chris's book, because I said I was going to do it with a big sword and like throw it up in the end, swing, do all this stuff, and I just haven't shot it yet.
Oh man. Yeah, you got to do it. I ripped it open as soon as I got it, so I missed that chance. Let's show them some of this beta, bro. So I'm intentionally like withholding like feedback until I'm on live. So we have about 15 more minutes. So that's a great time for us to be able to dive in and just kind of look at it. So for those of you that are not familiar, we've had a tool on ETH for a while that allows you to track smart alerts. It's also a mobile app. I have it. I can like pull it up right now. but it's a lot more UI friendly because like we were building that out for years. And basically like you can see like right now, Pranksy, I know it's hard to see, but Pranksy's like minting the space doodles. That was actually a day ago. My feed's been slow because not a lot of people on my feed are buying on ETH right now. They're buying on Ordinals. But it shows like profit and loss. You can follow smart wallets, follow smart traders. We also have a portfolio. I actually forgot that I'm connected to this. We have a portfolio tracker. So if you're connected, it shows you your holdings in your portfolio and like what it's all worth, which is pretty cool. I've actually like keep on forgetting to check this because I forgot I was connected. So yeah, it just shows you like what all your ordinals together are worth. But we have the beta version of our app that's coming on Ordinals out already, and that's what we're about to show you. This is probably the first time that it's ever going to be seen by people outside of holders, because our holders obviously had a chance to be able to like be playing with it. So let's get to it. Let's make this a little bigger. Is that possible? Give me just a second. I'm going to see if I can maybe overlay us over. Yeah. Like this. That's a little better, huh?
Yeah.
That looks clear.
It's good.
Yeah, sweet. So you're able to, over here at the left, make these boards. So I can go ahead and do new board. And I'm going to say like, let's name it like Fly Ride Makes Money. Okay. We're going to do this nice little Bitcoin symbol. We're going to create that board. After that, you can add a column. So this is cool. So you can search for a specific collection or wallet that you want to search for. So like if we wanted to see what like the top collections were doing, trending collections, the Bitcoin puppets have been killing it. So let's just say like there's probably some smart traders in those puppets. So let's check them out. So I created a column for the Bitcoin puppets. So basically this is what the Bitcoin puppets have been trading. You can see that like this person, BC, whatever, like this wallet owns 7 puppets and they just sold a puppet. So, are they getting bearish on the puppets? Like, let's find out, and you can go in and track their activity to see if they've maybe been like, flooring puppets or whatever. And ultimately, of course, our main thing is that we're smart alerts. So the point of this is to get you these notifications as fast as possible. That way, as soon as it happens, you're like, oh, shoot, Flyride told me he was super bullish on Tiny Vikings and he just sold 10 of them.
Just dump them. Right on your face.
Dumped them right on my face. So like, why? So that's the whole point of it. But you can also like make so let's go ahead and add another column. So this guy that just dumped the puppet. Let's see if I can find this. Here it is. I can go ahead and follow his wallet. So let's follow his wallet on a new column. Oh shoot. I don't know why that was invalid. Let's see if I can manually add it. So essentially, when I add this on the new column, I'll be able to just like see his trades specifically, and like see what he's been up to. So here he is. Here we go. So he owns 7 puppets. So it has 2. It also shows you the portfolio again. He has 2.61 Bitcoin worth of puppets. He has 0.66 Bitcoin worth of Quantum Cats, and he has 1 Node Monk for 0.53. So this shows like all of his bags basically, and we can look at all of his recent activity. And again, when I have alerts set to him and have a thing, like if I'm following him, I think right now it's kind of being buggy, but again, this is just like the beta. I'll see everything he does. And then, obviously go in and add a name to that. I have the wallet information, and then I can have a custom like a whole custom column of traders like this that I really respect. Like these people are obviously smart money. And then that entire column I follow and I'm able to tell like all the plays that they're making whenever they're making them. So basically it just allows you to follow smart money. I also use it to like follow like at least the ETH version to just follow like my friends. I think it's pretty funny to be like, call out a friend for buying or selling something funny or silly or whatever. I always thought that was kind of funny, but yeah. Were you around, Chris, like with it when we had our ETH version of our product?
I wasn't not part of Ninja Alerts. No, I mean, this like Pizza Ninjas was literally the whole like kind of like dive into the ecosystem altogether.
Like I can follow you on here, Chris. You better hope I don't. You better hope I don't scroll over your ninja real quick. You better
You're
hope
gonna be bored. You're gonna be bored real
bored.
quick. You're gonna be very excited.
Yeah, so it is. I mean, we could go find somebody that like owns like. I'm trying to find one that I don't really know. That way, I don't have a bias. I don't think I know this cowboy hat one. I know so many ninjas now.
That's awesome, dude.
I know. Yeah, it's a good problem to have. I just didn't want to like put somebody on blast or whatever. So collections that this person owns, runestones. This one has 0.64 Bitcoin in runestones. Has 8 runestones. That's pretty. I mean, look, this is pretty decked out, man. He's got 8 runestones, 4 ninjas, 1 puppet, a couple unisat, floor form, 30 floor forms. Oh my gosh, that's a lot, dude. Oh my goodness, 0.18 in floor forms is wild. I mean, that's cool though. Like my wife has a floor form. I send her one. That's her only Bitcoin ordinal. So yeah, again, if I want to follow this wallet or make a column for this wallet, I can. I think right now it's sort of having problems. Let's see if I can add this to a current column. Okay, yeah. So I just added that to a current column. So now I'll get notifications for that smart wallet. So you can see the wallets added here. Cool. So that's essentially, I mean, there's a lot more you can do with it. You can move these around. You can kind of find, like, again, the top collections is always cool. So you said you were talking about me and Ken just having a lot of chemistry. We used to like go to like trending collections and like just look at what was trending on Ninja Alerts, man, like what people are buying, and we would like look into it. So like right now, like what the heck is a Whispers from the Ancient blah blah blah, and we would like literally like rate the project. See why it's bumping. Why did 38 people buy it? Like what's going on with it or whatever. We'd do that, node pepes are coming. So we'd basically like figure out. So this is actually out of the 7-day mark. We'd do this in a much smaller time frame because we'd probably get wrecked on 7 days because something can only be pumped and dumped in 7 days. And I think there's actually like, once we obviously like get out of beta more, you're going to be able to like do like hours instead of like days. So like during the last like 24 hours, this Wojak thing, I guess, and whichever ones pop up on here. But you kind of get the gist of like how this is like going to work. And once you have your alerts, again, that's like, I would say like the main thing about Ninja Alerts is the smart alerts, which is coming soon. To when anytime Flyride dumps something, I get a notification. Anytime Beeple dump something, I get a notification, or buy something, or Gary V, whoever. This is a whole notification feed to like where it's sent to me. And we're obviously integrating. We're gonna have like different boards for it, so you can have an ETH one right here, Ordinals one right here. You have one for your friends right here, and just keep going, keep creating columns. That's kind of like the systematic way of doing it. And the UI is going to be a lot better than this.
This is dope, man. This is super powerful.
Yeah, man, and it's really cool because like I just feel like that's an underrated aspect of what we are, is like we're a software company, So like when people are like, well, what are you going to do with the funds you raise? It's like, we're going to build out software. Like we're going to build out a trading tool to make you money. Like that sounds cool, doesn't it? Like, the hope is that this makes you more money than you paid for your Ninja. Like that would be cool. And I'm sure, I don't remember the exact model that we agreed on for the use of it. I'm sure so I can't say anything concrete. Like I know that ninjas will have forever access, the best access that there possibly is. And then I'm sure it's going to be some type of either freemium model, maybe other things allow you like limited access. Or if you're just not involved with it at all, but you just want to use the software, you can pay for that. But it would like I think in our heads, it would make most sense if you just bought a Ninja and just had it. And if you don't want the software anymore and you don't rock with the IP, and for some weird reason you don't like the Ninjas, just get your money back, sell the Ninja, and go on. That's like, to me, that's like such a good pitch to like Ordinals, NFTs, whatever, is that like when you have these monthly subscriptions or annual subscriptions, you can literally buy the subscription, use it, and there's a lot of other utility while using it. And if the subscription is still relevant, which I believe we will be, but just speaking in general terms, if that subscription is still relevant, just sell it and get your money back, get most of your money. Before NFTs and Ordinals existed, what kind of subscription company could you use for a year and even get like 50% of your money back?
Right.
Like that's not a thing. And I'm saying that some of this stuff you might even get more money than you paid for it, or you might get 100% back, or you might get 75% back.
Well, I hope that's what happens with education. I hope that's what happens with college. Could you imagine selling your college to like your college entrance token and get more for it than you paid for it after you've already got the benefits and got the utility out of it, like
Yeah, there's gotta be use
would love
cases.
to turn the
There's gotta be
world
use
on its
case.
head, man.
I would floor my degree so fast if I could like floor my degree, you know? Yo, who wants it, bro? I spent like 4 years and way too much studying for this thing that I don't use. So, you know, I'll take 1 ETH for it. I'll take a Bitcoin for no. I know what you're talking about. Like, yeah, just education in general. I can see that being on like a smaller scale first, of course. Like, I don't know, like training courses for like, you know, hands-on jobs.
Yeah, anything online courses. Like I've been selling online courses for the automotive stuff forever, and I'm like, it would be amazing if after the people came through, they got what they needed to learn, that they could just sell it to somebody else, and I got a royalty on that, and I was just off the hook, and like didn't have to run out there and shove it down anybody's throats. But like if somebody wanted to sell it, they go be the salesman. I'll just kick back and
that's what it is. That's what it is, though. I mean, you can tokenize that. Like you can do this. Like you can tokenize a course if forever from then on out it's like it's up to the people who originally bought your course to if they want to sell it. The only like caveat there is the whole like royalty system with what happened, you know, last year with marketplaces getting greedy, taking away royalties, and there's not like royalties like factored into Bitcoin Ordinals. There is this new thing which I believe I executed yesterday on one of my sells that I thought was really cool. Let me see if I can find it. I would probably have to be, I don't even know where I would look. Basically, Magic Eden incorporated this thing to where if you go and you sell a item, you can choose to incorporate like a tip, basically. So when you sell it, you tip the creator of it. Now, a lot of people don't use it, but it's still like better than nothing. So that's always an option.
And we're early.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, bro, even just the thought of being able to sell a coupon, that's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, when I first heard about NFTs, I like coupons make sense. Like tickets made the most sense to me. Like, yeah, if you buy a ticket to go to a concert, why like there shouldn't be? It should be like very easy for you to say like, I want to sell this ticket to somebody else without like having to go the traditional route or without having to go through the app that you bought it from. I think some apps even like restrict you selling tickets. That ticket would be cool if it turned into something after the concert, like not just having a physical ticket, but having this like digital representation of something you went to. Maybe that digital representation could even give you a discount on future tickets. You know, like there's so much there that like could happen. That was like my first aha moment for NFT value was like, oh yeah, things like the book, you know, the everything token, like things can be tokenized, everything can be tokenized, and it makes sense. Like it just needs to like it has some growing to do, and you know I think the term NFTs are a little like you know people don't like that, so but it'll get there.
Yep. Well, at least we get to talk about ordinals for now.
We can talk about ordinals for now. Yeah, we can talk about ordinals. But the whole point of me even bringing that up is like that's essentially the ninjas are the ticket to the software, but they're also art. They're also I want to talk about this real quick, and that this will be our last thing before we recap. I made a video on this today. It's on the Ninja Alerts Twitter. And it's basically like if you just bought a Ninja, like what can you do with it like immediately? So like there's like 100 things I can name that you could do with it. But let's say you just bought a Ninja, like holy crap, like I'm excited. Now what? Let me show you now what real quick, and then we'll kind of conclude. So, do you know your Ninja ID, Chris?
776.
That's easy to remember. It's like almost 777. So, go to your Ninja, go to your content type, which is down here on Magic Eden, and share this tab instead. So, you know, don't keep on looking at the wrong screen without Chris letting me know. And look at this beautiful giant party hat Ninja with a mic. Okay. Which, by the way, I think is like in the top, like it's like a 3-figure rarity. So if you want to just save the high res, just click this little high res button, to click this little save button, and it will save as high res. And now I have a high res version of this Ninja, and I can use it as a PFP, and it looks really good. And if I wanted to scale it, you can resize it. You can scale it down or up or whatever you want to. You can scale it until it crashes your computer, literally. You want to do a little emote. Guess what? You don't have to connect your ape and worry about losing your ape on a website anymore. You just go straight inside onto Bitcoin and change it. You know, people are talking crap. they're talking FUD. Just tell them, let them know they're FUDing, and boom, you have a FUD sticker, and then you save that the same way. You want to say GM, go ahead, say GM. It's so easy. Say GM, save that, and then we have a custom animation page, which is a little bit more complicated. So you can do custom animations here. We actually have I'm not going to pull it up right now, but we have a hub for this, like a whole website of like different animations. And if you like those animations, you paste it in this code right here, you update animation, and your ninja can dance, or it can take its hat off, or it can move around, or whatever. So that's really cool too. And then lastly, you can play SNES on it. So if you want to, we actually talked about doing like a pretty big session on this. We just haven't done it yet. But yeah, if you wanted to like literally like play a game on this thing, I'm pretty sure this game is like, hopefully it's not too loud.
Dude, as soon as I played that, like I swear, one day I was out here working late. My wife walks out. I had just clicked that button, and it was like 8 seconds into it showing on my screen. And she looks up, she's like, "That's what you're doing out here?"
Yeah, you're working, man. You're creating Bitcoin for a better future.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can literally play these games on Bitcoin on chain. I mean, that's like ridiculously loud. Things get a little buggy because I'm running the stream and stuff. No, it's just got that old arcade feel to it, I think. All right. And then boom, you're playing a game. And you can actually download ROMs to it. And I think we're gonna have something on that pretty soon. And play like the ROMs that you own. So yeah.
Nice.
All right. That was louder than I wanted it to be. But with all that being said, runes are going to be crazy, and we're not going to stop talking about them until they happen. And 2 weeks from now, I hope we're celebrating. We're either going to be celebrating or crying, but either way, we tried. We tried to prepare everybody. And ninjas are going to try to be the most prepared. New York was awesome.
I'm excited, dude. I just got a DM from somebody who has access to pretty much anybody she wants, and she says, first she said I need help, and I put a little white knight gif, and then her response was, I need a runes boot camp. I don't trust some of these bozos online. So shout out to the ninjas that don't trust these bozos online. I love it.
Yeah, we're helping out the bozos like myself install runes, etching and minting, command line functions, watching mempool, RBF, CPFP, and UTXO management, so much more. That's going to go live 1 hour from right now. And it's going to be in our Discord. If you're holders, check it out. But we're also going to be posting alpha constantly. Like we talked about a lot of alpha on here with runes. If you're not a holder, Trevor's going to be posting alpha. I'm going to be posting alpha. So just kind of stay tuned on that. Really looking forward to this boot camp. I'm looking forward. Like I have my SSD. I got to prepare, get ready for tonight. And I'm going to be up and running at least a node in the next few days, and ready for runes 10 days from now. And dialed in, man. Dialed in.
I'm excited. No, I'm about to hit up my family and be like, guess what, guys? My birthday's on the happening on the 19th. It's gonna be like, here's some stuff I need. Why don't you Amazon me up?
yeah. I went to Best. I was able to like go locally, so that was cool. And but yeah, Amazon's probably got better deals and stuff like that. And you're also
it might even show up same day because I got super close to Amazon to me. So
that's beneficial.
What a time to be alive.
What a time to be alive when Amazon gets to you faster than you could drive to the store. That's actually kind of nuts. But with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we do this every single Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. I was so tired and excited from New York, recapping that like so many people joined Ninjas today and just keeping up with everything that was going on. I almost thought we were starting an hour later than we did. So 5 p.m. Eastern time on Tuesdays. We talk about all things ninjas that's going on. Runes is the number one thing right now, but honestly, ninjas has just been all over the timeline. We usually got It's Como with us too. He's still vibing out in New York, still going at it. He'll be back next week. Of course, we got Chris D in the building. He's going to give us some amazing content for the videos on the Pizza Bus tour. Stay dialed in for that. He's got a ton of videos that's going to be coming out that we're going to be putting out. So super excited about that. Any final words, Chris?
120 gigs of video is a lot to go through, so I'm gonna work as fast as I can, but it's fun to go through. It's exciting. So I'm looking forward to it and can't wait for people to see it.
Heck yeah, man. Appreciate you. Thanks everybody for watching. See you guys next time. See you in the Discord and let's